This year, Julian Farm, we're raising some pastured meat chickens. Here we have their little shelters that they live in, so they're sitting on fresh grass every morning when we move them. So this is like day-old grazed land. Right here is what it'll look like in a couple of weeks.
It looks like somebody dropped a bomb on this little square.
I mean, the chickens more or less did drop a fertility bomb on that square. So chickens are kind of like the finishing crew on grazing. They'll go and they'll scratch up all the roots and kind of disturb the land and pull up more seeds from the soil. And then they'll also just drop a bunch of like ready to use fertility on the ground so that those seeds in there just have a perfect environment to shoot right back up and grow really quickly. Yeah, this is kind of the classic American meat chicken really, but just raised on grass and eating grass and bugs. But in general, the ones that are raised in the United States, the meat birds, are more or less raised in factories. And so you can call them organic even if they've never seen fresh air, as long as you're not feeding them inorganic food. And you can call them free range even if they've never really been outside, as long as there's a door to the outside that they could go out if they wanted to. So it's really, I think, a radically different way of raising a chicken. In America, we're growing all this grain, and that's what we're feeding our animals off of, and we have food right here for our chickens that they want to eat and that's better for them. And so as they're moving across the pasture, they're enhancing the landscape.
All right, so you're not getting all of your nutrition from grass, obviously about 30% you said. So where's the other 60 or 70% come from?
Yeah.
How do you source that?
Yeah, so part of it is the bugs that they're eating, which is why it's so great that they're following our cattle that you can kind of see in the fog over there. So the cattle obviously are dropping manure as well. That's a great environment for larvae and bugs to grow in. And so as much as possible, the chicken's protein is coming from there. The rest of it is GMO-free corn and grain. The feed that they're eating right now is grown in the Silver Lake, Indiana area. We're regenerating the land, so this is good for the pasture here and for our local environment. Too, it's going to be the most nutritious and flavorful chicken that I think you could find. Really, the best reason I think is look at the birds, the dignity of the animals. So really, we're raising chickens radically different than a factory bird. These chickens are in the fresh air, eating fresh grass, and I think I would eat this chicken for that reason alone.
Like an